Italian cuisine is a Mediterranean type of cuisine. A Mediterranean diet is not only Italian but typical of the entire basin of the Mediterranean Sea. Consequently, it embraces the cuisines of places as far as Spain and Israel, Syria and Greece, North Africa, and of course Italy. Because of this variety, both cultural and geographical, Mediterranean cuisine can be quite different from one area to another. For instance, in Italy, people like to use pasta as the basis for their main meals and as the main source of carbohydrates. In the Middle East, on the other hand, chickpeas and barley would be the staple of most dishes. In North Africa, couscous. If there are differences, at the same time there is a common substratum made of fresh ingredients, fresh fruit and vegetable, legumes, local dairy products, fish, small amount of meat, and olive oil used for all condiments. Italy likes to add moderate amounts of wine. It is pretty clear how these characteristics make a typical Mediterranean diet very different from a continent one, that of the Central and Northern Europe, which revolves more strongly around red meat, potatoes, and butter. As you already know, the north of Italy presents some recipes and culinary habits that can be very much considered continental. This is because of the past influence of France and Austria and the fact that the climate of the northern regions is at times closer to that of Central Europe than that of the south of Italy. On December 4, 2013, UNESCO recognized the Mediterranean Eating Diet Partner as an intangible cultural heritage of Italy, that it was the promoter, Portugal, Spain, Morocco, Greece, Cyprus, and Croatia. The Mediterranean diet, in fact, is not only about the food people eat, but involves skills, knowledge, rituals, symbols, and traditions concerning crops, harvesting, fishing, animal conservation, cooking, and particularly the sharing and consumption of food. Eating together is the foundation of the cultural identity and continuity of communities in the Mediterranean basin. It is a moment of social exchange and communication, an affirmation and renewal of family, group, or community identity. The Mediterranean diet emphasizes values of hospitality, intercultural dialogue, and creativity, and a way of life guided by respect for diversity. It plays a vital role in cultural spaces, festivals, and celebrations, bringing together people of all ages, conditions, and social classes. In 1993, the Old Ways Preservation Trust, in partnership with the Harvard School of Public Health and the World Health Organization, created the famous pyramid as a healthier alternative to the USDA original food pyramid. The pyramid was created based on the dietary traditions of Crete, Greece, and southern Italy around 1960, at the time when the rates of chronic disease among populations were the lowest in the world, and adult life expectancy was the highest even though medical services were limited. The pyramid summarizes the Mediterranean diet eating pattern, suggesting the types and frequency of foods that should be enjoyed every day. It is periodically updated according to new study, but its fundamental values do not change. Starting at the pyramid's base, you will find an emphasis on activity and social connection. In fact, vital elements of the Mediterranean diet are daily exercise, sharing meals with others, and fostering a deep appreciation for the pleasure of eating healthy and delicious foods. Moving upward, you will see the core foods that you will shop for and enjoy every day. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, beans, herbs, spices, nuts, and healthy fats such as olive oil. Fish and seafood are typically eaten at least twice a week, and dairy foods, especially fermented dairy like yogurt and traditional cheese, are eaten frequently in moderate portions. Eggs and occasional poultry are also part of the Mediterranean diet, but red meat and sweets are rarely eaten. Water and moderate wine are typical beverages. Among all the foods, extra virgin olive oil is for sure the key of the Mediterranean diet. Olive oil is widely recognized as one of the world's healthiest oils, and extra virgin olive oil is the highest quality olive oil available, extracted from olive fruit without the use of any heat or chemical. Over the last 50 years, many studies have looked at the health benefits of olive oil and agree on its nutritional and salutary virtues. Extra virgin olive oil decreases the risk of heart disease and cancers, help to prevent stroke, help maintain healthy cholesterol levels, helps bile, liver, and intestinal functions, and assimilates vitamins A, D, and K. New studies show that it also helps to remove the abnormal Alzheimer's disease proteins out of the brain. It supports bone health. It improves cognitive function, so memory and verbal fluency, and slows the aging process. The extra virgin olive oil is also valued for its culinary virtues and organoleptic properties as well. It is the most digestible oil and one of the more stable, meaning the less likely oil to change the nutritional value of food that is cooked in it. Olive oil is more than food. It was and still is a vital element of the Mediterranean culture in all its aspects. It has been considered an endless source of fascination and medical and magical product, and the fountain of great wealth and power. Homer called it liquid gold. The cultivation of olives in history dates back to 8,000 years ago. Olive tree is one of the first trees cultivated before the invention of writing. Italy produces one of the best, if not the best, extra virgin olive oil. Every year produces from Italy win prizes all around the world. Extra virgin olive oil is produced in all regions of Italy except Piedmont and Val d'Aosta, and varies according to climate, soil, type of trees, and harvesting time. The leading producers are Liguria, Toscana, Umbria, and Apulia. The price of extra virgin olive oil varies greatly. Two factors are influential: where the olives are grown and which harvesting methods are implemented. Certain areas produce more olives, and consequently their oil is sold for less. Olive trees planted near the sea can produce up to 20 times more olives than that planted inland in hilly areas like Tuscany, for example. Extra virgin olive oil produced from these trees, those trees that are planted inland, have higher organoleptic scores, a stronger taste, and higher price too. Olive oil is great for cooking and can make everything healthier and more delicious. Olive oil is even ideal for frying. In fact, its high smoking point, 410 degree, is substantially higher than the ideal temperature for frying food, that is 356 degree. Other oils with lower critical smoking point, such as corn and canola, break down at this temperature and form toxic products. Another advantage of using olive oil for frying is that it forms a crust on the surface of the food that impedes the penetration of oil and improves its flavor. Food fried in olive oil has a lower fat content than food fried in other oils, making olive oil more suitable for weight control. The digestibility of heated olive oil does not change even when reused for frying several times. Use it raw for dressing. Use it instead of using condiments, including the so-called Italian dressing. Use it with bread, with salad, with cooked and raw vegetables. This is what Italians do. A very important thing to keep in mind: do not buy cheap olive oil. It is made from olives that are harvested all over the places. No care is given to the origin of the olives. They are mixed and pressed together, sometimes heat and chemicals are used to extract every drop of oil from not only from the olives but also from their seeds. Cheap olive oil is not healthy and doesn't taste good. Expect to pay at least $10 for a good, decent bottle of extra virgin olive oil. Less than this, use it only for cooking. Olive oil should be stored in cool, dry, dark place, away from heat and light. Choose a spot in the kitchen that's away from the oven. The best temperature for storing olive oil is 57 degrees, though room temperature or 70 degrees is also okay.